Hey folks, I'm Troy and you're watching TroyTube. In this video we're going to make a couple small minor cosmetic changes to our application, but we're also going to make a very large change, and it's a big step towards deploying it on a public website so that people can log into it. So stick around for a minute. So the first changes we're going to make are going to be very minor cosmetic changes. The first one is going to be we're going to change the name of the program from login.db, which is where we started at, to order system. We're going to call it order system for now because we haven't created a real name for it. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to make it a PWA, so a progressive web application. And the PWA will allow it to run full screen on a mobile device, so it looks like a mobile app. It still runs in a browser, but it runs full screen, a little more seamless, and you can do push notifications to it as well. And we're also going to add an about screen to the menu so that we have a program name and version number displayed, which leads us to the big thing we're going to change. We are going to implement an updater. So we're going to automate the updating of the software. Anytime we create new versions of it, we're going to make a mechanism that will pull those down and install them in the background for us. Now the way we're going to do that is we're going to use a site called GitHub. And GitHub is basically a place where you can have repositories. They can be public or private. We will mark these as private so that no one else can access our code. And I've spared you the pain of showing you how to set that up. Basically, we go to github.com, we create an account, and we create repositories, and we also have to create a key so that our systems and Claude can communicate with it. So when Claude does this development, it will push the updates up to the GitHub, and then when we deploy updates, it will pull them down from there. So it's going to make our life a little bit easier. Once it's deployed to a website, we won't have to constantly connect and upload files back and forth and everything. So this is a pretty big lift, and Claude recognizes that. We'll switch over to the computer and get started here. We'll get started here by opening our program to both the dashboard and the super admin panel. So we'll recap what we're going to do. First thing we're going to do is rename the program kind of behind the scenes. Every time we do something, it's telling us the program is called login.db, which is what we started with, and we're going to change that to order system. And then the second thing we're going to do is on the menu, we're going to add an about section here that will give the program name and the version number that we're on. And we're going to start a versioning system in the development, and it'll be stored on GitHub. And the third thing we're going to do is we're going to tell it to make this a PWA, a progressive web application, which means it will run on a mobile device in full screen mode and will kind of look like it's a mobile app. Even though it's a website. So if you're on a computer, you can press F11 on a browser and go full screen. You'll get an idea of what I'm talking about. And then the last big thing we're going to do is implement an update system. Since we've now pushed everything out to GitHub, we are going to be updating from GitHub. And so we're going to create an update system that will download and unzip the files and install them. I'm hosting this currently on or I will be hosting it on a shared web hosting system that has what's called cPanel, if you're not familiar with web hosting. And I do not have execute permissions in the shell. The shell is the command prompt. So like if you're at a DOS prompt. So for those of you old enough to remember DOS, but we don't have exec permissions, so we have to work around that and build something in that will download and unzip the system. So I'm sure Claude will have some questions on that. And so what we're going to do is we're going to add an update tab to the super admin right here, and it'll show the version. It'll show if there's a newer version. It'll tell you that there's a new version available and give you a button with an opportunity to update that. And this is the super admin, by the way. This isn't a feature that users will have access to. All right, so we'll open up Claude and we will start pasting in our prompts. I've already typed them and have them ready here. And we're going to rename the program system. We're going to add that about entry on the menu system. We're going to have the system set up as a PWA, a progressive web app. And finally, we're going to take the big step of implementing an upgrade system for the core system. So let's hit enter and see if Claude comes back and asks to build it or if it has some questions. And it looks like Claude has given a pretty good summary, even though I apparently missed some questions there. So we're just going to give it the command to build it and sit back and watch. We'll take a look at the application and see what changed. And one of the first things we did was we renamed the application. So there's a lot of settings behind the scenes that identified the program as LoginDB. And now we've renamed it to Order System for now until we decide what the final name is going to be. I'm just going to trust that Claude did that okay, because that's all behind the scenes settings. And I saw the task where Claude said it was changing it, and we'll just trust that it did that. It's not a big deal. And then one of the changes we made was on the menu. We added the About, and Claude took it upon himself to make this into a green button. I don't like that, so I'll take that out of there a little bit later on. But those are kind of some of the things that you can watch for that AI will do on its own. And of course, here is the program name, the new name, and the version that we're on currently, so that all looks good. We also made the program a PWA. Now, we are running locally, so I do not have a certificate installed, so I cannot show you the PWA at this point, but when we get to the point it's hosted on a website where you will be able to log in, then we'll be able to install this as a PWA on our device. Now, the last thing that we did, Claude even warned us that this was a heavy lift. So it took about 24 minutes total to do all this work. And then I had to stop it, do a couple more things, and let him go for a couple more minutes. Now, what I had to stop and do was to set up a token so that the system could access my GitHub repository where it is storing all the files. So if we go over to the Super Admin panel, we'll see that we have added this Update tab. And when I click it, it shows me the installed version, and it shows me the latest available version. It tells me that I'm running the latest version. And then these are the settings that it uses to connect to my repository. I had to go generate a big, long personal access token from GitHub and then put it in here so that GitHub knows this application is allowed to connect to that repository. And so what we're going to do is we're going to test this real quick. So what we're going to do is tell Claude to bump the version number to 1.0.1 and do a minimal amount necessary to trigger an update for testing purposes. Now, I'm not sure. It might just be able to increment that version number, or it might have to go in and just make a simple comment inside one of the code files. But we'll see what it does here. And Claude says it's done. So we'll go over and take a look at the application. We'll click on the Update tab. And you'll see that latest version is 1.01. Version 1.01 is available. So let's click the Install Update button and see what happens. It gives us a warning that it will download. And it says updated to version. A backup was saved. If I go back here and look, if I refresh, and would you look at that? It reverted to the previous version, which removed the Update tab. So I need to go tell Claude to fix that. Okay, Claude says it's finished, and he's asking me if I want him to do the install update. We're going to do this ourselves. So we'll go back over to the application, and we'll refresh the admin panel, and the Update tab came back. So we'll go over here, and yes, it says now 1.0.2 is available. So we're going to click on the Install button. And it says that was installed, and it did keep the Update tab this time, so it looks like that is all working good. So there you have it. We implemented the cosmetic changes, but the big thing was the updater. Just a couple small hiccups there that were easily fixed. And, just like that green button that it made for the About screen, it does that on its own sometimes. So sometimes you have to be a little specific with it. Sometimes you have to be real careful because you don't want to leave anything for Claude to interpret. And sometimes it'll do things on its own. Any AI does that. But, you learn pretty quickly how to write your prompts to make sure that you don't have those problems. And sometimes you have to say, I want to do this, but don't change anything else, and things like that. So makes things a little bit interesting. But if you have any questions or comments, post them down below the video.